All right, so get this. We're diving into AI. And not just like the sci-fi movie stuff. This is AI that you could actually use
Oh,
right now. Like today, I was seriously blown away when I started researching all this. It's way more accessible than I thought. We're talking AI agents, not just basic chatbots, but like autonomous helpers that can actually make decisions and take action all on their own.
yeah. It really is a huge shift. We're used to AI that kind of just reacts to us, follows commands. But now it's AI taking initiative, learning from every decision it makes.
So instead of just asking a chatbot for like a recipe, you could have an AI agent that plans your whole week of meals
Mm.
based on your dietary needs and maybe even like orders the groceries for you.
Exactly. The key here is this learning loop.
Hmm.
They gather information, analyze it, make a decision, take action, and then the key is they learn from the results. It's like they're constantly leveling up.
That makes sense. But I gotta admit, I was kind of scratching my head when I saw how much crypto is tied into all this. Why not just use like PayPal or something for these AI agents?
Yeah, it might seem kind of strange at first, but crypto is actually a key piece of the puzzle. For one thing, it allows for decentralized funding for these AI projects, these cutting edge AI projects.
So like a Kickstarter, but for AI agents.
Yeah, similar in that it connects developers with investors directly, but it goes way beyond that. Crypto allows the AI agents to actually interact with the real world. I mean, think about it. To really be helpful, these agents might need to buy data, hire services, even trade assets.
Now that you mention it, how would an AI agent like pay a human for a service without crypto? Wouldn't really have a bank account, would it?
Exactly. Crypto gives them the financial freedom
Yeah.
to operate on their own autonomously and actually participate in the economy.
Okay, that's starting to click for me. Then there's all this talk about censorship resistance, which seems really important. But what exactly does that mean when we're talking about AI agents?
Well, imagine an AI agent that starts to challenge the status quo or, offer solutions that certain groups don't want out there. If it's reliant on traditional systems, it's totally vulnerable to censorship.
So crypto basically acts as a shield, preventing anyone from controlling or silencing these AI agents. It makes them truly independent.
Precisely. It's about ensuring a future where AI innovation isn't stifled, a future where diverse perspectives can flourish.
This is all pretty mind-blowing. But enough with the theory. What can these AI agents actually do? I was looking at some real-world examples, and some of them were straight out of science fiction, maybe a little bit creepy, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. The applications are already so diverse, and we're really just scratching the surface.
Like Luna, for example,
Yeah.
the AI that's constantly live streaming on YouTube.
Right. She's a perfect example of how these AI agents can engage with the world, like in real time. Luna chooses her own topics, interacts with viewers, even decides when to go live, all without any human intervention.
That's pretty wild. And what about ABT, the AI that analyzes crypto markets and like suggests trades?
Yeah, ABT really showcases the power of AI agents, like how they can make really complex decisions based on massive amounts of data. It's like having a financial advisor who works 24/7, constantly crunching numbers and spotting opportunities.
It's kind of intimidating to think an AI could be better at investing than, well, most humans. But I can see why people would be interested. What other kinds of things are AI agents being used for?
We're seeing them pop up everywhere, from marketing and customer service to creative writing, even companionship.
Wait, companionship. That's where things start to get really interesting. And maybe a little bit unsettling.
It definitely raises some questions about the future of relationships and how we interact with AI. There are AI companions designed for like mentorship and friendship, even romantic interactions.
That's a whole other deep dive. But for now, let's get back to the practical side of things. All of this sounds amazing. But how can someone like me, who's not a coder, get involved with AI agents?
Well, there are actually two main paths you can take, even without coding experience.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, there are these AI frameworks. They're essentially toolkits for building AI agents from scratch. They provide the data, the infrastructure, and all the stuff needed to like teach and train your AI. And they often come with like pre-trained models and resources to get you started.
So if I had a brilliant idea
Yeah.
and some coding skills, I could theoretically build my own AI agent, like from the ground up.
That's right. But for those who are less technically inclined, there are launch pads.
Launch pads. Now that sounds more my speed.
They basically streamline the process of creating and deploying AI agents, making it accessible even without coding knowledge. Launchpads often have like really user-friendly interfaces
Yeah.
and pre-built modules that make it super easy to get started.
So even if you don't know how to code, you can still create an AI agent. That opens up a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, it's really democratizing access to this powerful technology, allowing anyone to participate in the AI revolution.
This is getting me excited. I need to hear about some real-world examples of these launch pads. Like, are there any companies doing cool things in this space?
Absolutely. One company, Imagine AI, has been making waves. They already developed this platform for generating images without any restrictions, and now they're launching a launch pad called Pumping AI.
So what can you do with this pumping AI launch pad?
Anyone can use it to launch their own AI agent, complete with, chatbots, image generation, and even the ability for it to evolve as it gains popularity.
Evolve, like a Pokemon.
Yeah, similar concept. The more an agent is used and interacts, the more features and capabilities it unlocks. It's a fun way to gamify the development of AI agents.
This is incredible. Where can our listeners go to learn more about these launch pads and start exploring AI agents?
There are some great resources out there. CoinMarketCap has a really comprehensive list of AI agent launchpads. And there's Virtuals, a platform with a market cap in the billions already, and XScreener, a tool specifically for finding and buying tokens of AI projects.
That sounds like a great starting point for anyone who wants to dive deeper. But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, it's important to remember that this is all very new, and this space is moving so fast.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The potential is enormous, but so are the risks.
So what advice would you give to our listeners as they start exploring this new frontier?
I think the most important thing is to do your own research. Really understand the technology behind these projects. Just because something is powered by AI doesn't automatically make it a good investment. Approach everything with a healthy dose of skepticism.
That's wise advice. Remember, everyone, knowledge is power, especially in a field as dynamic as AI. We'll be right back after a short break to continue our deep dive into the world of AI agents. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, like how AI agents actually work and why crypto is such a game changer. But before we get too caught up in the excitement, I think it's important to take a step back and talk
Mhm.
about the bigger picture.
Yeah, definitely. With any powerful new tech, there are always, potential downsides, challenges we need to consider.
Especially when you think about how fast this technology is evolving. It feels like every day there's a new breakthrough or something.
It's true. And sometimes that rapid development, it can outpace our ability to really understand what it all means.
So what are some of the challenges that come to mind for you?
One thing that concerns me is the potential for unintended consequences. An AI agent might make a decision that optimizes for one specific goal, but unintentionally causes harm in some other area.
Can you give me a real-world example of what that might look like?
Okay, so imagine an AI agent that's tasked with managing traffic flow in a city. It might decide to reroute traffic in a way that, yeah, reduces congestion,
Yeah.
but then unintentionally isolates certain neighborhoods or businesses.
Ah, I see. So it's like solving one problem, but creating a new one in the process.
Hmm.
It's a good reminder that we need to be really careful about how we define the goals and parameters for these AI agents.
Exactly. It's not just about teaching them what to do, it's about understanding the whole context, and the potential ripple effects of their actions.
It's like giving someone a powerful tool, but not giving them the wisdom to use it responsibly.
That's a great analogy. We need to develop those frameworks, those guidelines, to make sure these AI agents are aligned with human values and that they don't end up creating more problems than they solve.
So it sounds like there's a real need for collaboration here between AI developers, ethicists, policymakers, really society as a whole, to figure out how to navigate this new landscape responsibly.
Absolutely. It's not just a tech challenge, it's a societal one. We need to have those open conversations about what we want this future to look like and how to make sure it benefits everyone.
This is heavy stuff. It's easy to get caught up in all the cool things AI can do, but we got to be thinking long term too. Are there any other potential challenges you think we should touch on?
One thing that's often overlooked is security and robustness. These AI agents, they're complex systems. They can be vulnerable to attacks, malfunctions. Imagine an AI agent controlling critical infrastructure, right? And then it gets hacked or experiences a glitch.
That's a scary thought. It really highlights how important security and resilience are.
Exactly. We need safeguards, redundancies to prevent those catastrophic failures, and make sure they operate safely and reliably.
It seems like the more powerful these AI agents become, the higher the stakes get, too.
That's absolutely true. The potential for good and for harm, it just keeps increasing. It all underscores the importance of research development and ethical considerations as we move further into this uncharted territory.
This has been a really eye-opening conversation. It's clear that the future of AI agents is, well, it's full of promise, but also potential pitfalls.
It's a dynamic, rapidly evolving landscape. And I think the most important thing is to just approach it with curiosity and a willingness to learn and adapt.
So for our listeners who are feeling, I don't know, maybe excited and a little apprehensive,
Hmm.
what's the key takeaway you want them to leave with?
I'd say the key is to stay informed, ask questions, engage in those thoughtful discussions about the future of AI. The choices we make today, they'll shape the world of tomorrow. It's up to all of us to ensure that AI is used for good.
Well said. And with that, we'll wrap up part 2 of our deep dive into the world of AI agents. Stay tuned for part 3, where we'll be exploring real-world examples of how AI agents are already being used across different industries. And we'll even share some tools and resources you can use to start experimenting with this tech yourself. Welcome back to our deep dive, everyone. It's been quite a journey so far. We've talked about what AI agents are, why crypto is so important, but I'm really curious to see how this is all playing out, like in the real world.
Yeah, it's one thing to talk about the potential, but seeing them in action is, well, it's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly. So let's get specific. What are some industries where AI agents are already making a difference, like a real tangible impact?
One area that's really embracing AI agents is finance. They're being used to analyze market trends, manage portfolios, even execute trades, all with incredible speed and accuracy.
So it's like having a team of, superpowered analysts working 24/7, making sure your investments are always optimized.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. These AI agents can process so much data, spot patterns that humans might miss completely, leading to, better investment decisions.
I could definitely see the appeal there. For individual investors and like big financial institutions, what about other industries? Where else are these AI agents proving their worth?
Marketing is another big one. AI agents are being used to personalize marketing campaigns, target specific customer segments, even create ad copy and visuals.
So those ads that seem to follow you around the internet,
Yeah,
knowing exactly what you're interested in, those could be powered by AI agents.
it's definitely possible. But it's more than just targeted ads. AI agents can help businesses really understand customer behavior, predict trends, optimize their whole marketing strategy.
It's like having a marketing mastermind, constantly analyzing data, fine-tuning everything to get the best results.
Exactly. And this is really just the beginning. We're also seeing AI agents being used in healthcare, education, even the creative arts.
Wait, so you're telling me AI agents can assist with medical diagnoses, personalize learning for students, even compose music or write poetry?
It sounds crazy, right? But it really highlights how versatile this technology is, the potential to impact, well, pretty much every aspect of our lives.
It's exciting and a bit daunting all at the same time. But for our listeners who are feeling inspired, who want to explore this world further, what advice would you give them? Where's a good place to start?
There's a ton of resources online for people who want to learn more about AI agents, even start building their own.
Any specific platforms or tools you'd recommend?
If you're comfortable with coding, platforms like TensorFlow and PyTorch are great. They have open source libraries and tools for developing and training AI models. But if you're looking for something more visual, more code-free, Google's Teachable Machine is a really good option. You can train AI models using your webcam or by uploading images.
It's amazing how accessible this tech is becoming.
Mm.
It seems like anyone with a little curiosity and a willingness to learn
Mm.
can dive in and start experimenting.
That's what's so exciting about this field. It's always evolving, always something new to discover.
Well, as we wrap up our deep dive, I think it's safe to say that AI agents are, well, they're not just a futuristic concept anymore. It's a reality that's changing our world right now.
Yeah, and it's a reality with incredible opportunities, but also challenging questions. It's up to all of us to engage in these discussions, make informed decisions, and shape this future in a way that benefits everyone.
Well said. This has been a truly mind-expanding exploration of AI agents. Huge thanks to our expert for sharing their insights with us today.
It was my pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us. Remember, the future is being written right now. We all have a role to play in shaping it. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring. Until next time.